So Tara Bishop is our first speaker today. She is the Associate Executive Director for the National Council of University Research Administrators. A fun fact about Tara is that she's been the lead female vocalist at her organization's band called Soul Source, and she's performed at over 20 annual meetings. So I know she's not singing for us today, although that would be lovely for 5 minutes, wouldn't it? She will be sharing how to create successful relationships with our bosses. So please join me in welcoming Tara.
Thank you very much and welcome aboard. Today we're going to talk about what we can do to create a great working relationship with our boss. And the first thing is that we can't change anybody. I have a 15-year-old, I know it from experience, trust me. But when we change, everything changes. And the first thing is, we have a choice of carriers. It is our choice to work for our association, to work for our boss. It's a good thing to embrace right off the bat. And how we start our day, with a smile. Good morning. To call our boss by their name. Especially when the day before, the morning of, there was a tough moment. That's the most important moment, never to withhold a human connection. When things are tough, that's the most important time to say, hey, have a good night, take care. Or in the morning, good morning, how you doing? And the first thing we want to do is stow our baggage. If we can stow it before we get into the office, it's the best. But here's the thing. Even if you bring it in with you, at any time during the day, you can access the overhead bins and put it in there safely. Because if you don't, your emotions can get the best of you. You can have an emotional hijack. And really, we are human beings. Our emotions react first. The reason comes later. So it's really important that we're in touch with our emotions and really in touch with what we're feeling. Because the reality is, everything matters when it comes to our relationship with our boss. What we say, how we say it, how we pass them in the halls, how we come into a meeting, how we leave in a meeting, it all leaves an indelible stamp on our relationship. We talk about communicating with our boss. The first thing is, asking them, how would you like me to update you about this or that? Especially if we work with someone for a long time, we can assume we know how they'd like to be updated or how we would like to be updated, but it's super important to ask. And as you're working together, the most important thing about communication is listening. And when we are listening and really hearing what someone else is saying, we cannot be formulating our response at the same time, or our excuse or our defense. We need to take that time and really listen. Then in the middle, we can let silence do the heavy lifting, take a minute, and then formulate your response and increase and continue on with your communication. Now there's going to be some turbulence. That is life. There's nothing wrong with it. On my flight here to St. Louis, there was a little turbulence. No problem. I had a great flight. I'm here enjoying the ASAE conference. All good. And sometimes in turbulence, that's your moment to shine. And the most important thing, when things are going a little rough, take care of yourself first. It used to be that when I had a big meeting, I would say, I do not have time to get my workout in. I don't have time to meditate or anything else that I'm going to run into the office and get there. But really, as big as the days are, you need to invest that time. It's good for you. It's good for your relationship with your boss. And one of the great things you can do during the day is to breathe. And I'm going to invite you all now to take a moment with me. At the count of 3, we're going to breathe in through our nose and then breathe it all out through our mouth. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's breathe it out. I'll tell you what, that feels good. You do that a couple of times before you go into your meeting with your boss. Get all your body oxygenated, feeling good. You are in a much better place when you come in. And the reality is, this is our precious life. Our life is not when we go home. It's not the weekend. It's not when we go on vacation. Today is our whole life. So why not enjoy it? Why not bring the best of ourselves? And really, when we think about our relationship with our boss, it's all about, shared experiences, enjoying each other. I have a fantastic boss. She's the one bringing in the great stress busters to the office, and it's great to laugh together. If you're not laughing with your boss, create some opportunity with the staff, some stress busters. Enjoy your time together. Now, with this time, as you're kind of coming in for the landing of your big day that you had together, not everything is going to happen exactly as you planned. And before you come in for that landing, when the day in the afternoon, you might want to take a break, a 10-minute break, take a walk around the block, leave your BlackBerry on your desk, take 10 minutes every day to kind of reboot yourself, and then bring that back to the office. As I was mentioning, the day may not always end as you think, and that's okay. You did your best, shake it off, you landed. It may not be the landing that you planned on, but guess what? A landing is a landing. A landing is good. It's all good. And the one thing I will leave you with, I invite you to consider, it may take two to tango, but one person who has a deep humility and a fierce will to do the very best that they can in every situation can make a huge impact and all the difference. Thanks for flying with us.